And you'll see, once we've actually got the rifle stripped, we'll service it at the same time. Trigger here, because it's a well-used field rifle, is pretty dirty. There's a lot of field detritus in there. It's all be taken out clean and removed. You're going to remove the trigger unit, take the ejector out, take the extractor out, remove the magazine latch, and then for this we actually place a mandrel in through the action, which is locked in place in 2 points, to actually run up on the lathe. This is actual removal of the magazine latch, which enables us to use the 2 screws for the trigger assembly and the magazine latch to actually mount and stabilise the mandrel that we're going to use to mount the action in the lathe. We've basically got an action mandrel in. This is a precise fit into the bolt raceways, and we secure it into the action. I personally do 3 screws, 1 through the trigger mounting system, 1 midway which actually locks on the bolt raceway, but it doesn't actually damage the bolt raceway at all, and the 3rd screw goes up through the magazine latch hole and holds it up tight to the chamber. It means that the action is held very, very tightly and very securely. There's no vibration there, there's no buzzing. This is a solid ring, which means that everything is held nice and securely. The secret is don't over tighten them, but make sure everything is nice and snug. So what it gives us the ability to actually hold this section in the lathe, run the barrel down the length of the lathe into the centre. Unfortunately, with my particular Harrison 400, it's not big enough through the spindle board to actually place the whole action through, so you have to adapt. But this is a method we use a lot, and it's very, very accurate, very successful. M14 by 1. Just a roughing cut. That's now been turned to the correct size plus 0.02 of a millimetre, which gives us just enough room to polish it. This is a knurling tool. What we're looking to achieve is actually manufacture 3 end caps off the 1 piece of bar stock. The end cap. This is a tap that we normally use, minimum spec tap, and just applying the normal cutting compound that we use, cutting and tapping. My favourite is this stuff, freshly squeezed kitten juice, works really well. Stuff called Treflux, and it does cut quite nicely. Engage and the tap will actually pull itself in. action that we're actually going to put a chamfer on the front of the end cap and then park it off to the correct length. So we partially put through with a chamfer tool at the correct length. For the purpose of this end cap's actually at 15mm long. One end cap made 14x1, 15mm long, so it's actually 1mm longer than the thread, so it acts as a bit of a thread protect, not just an end cap and thread protector, but it also protects the crown as well, should the rifle ever be dropped without the moderator on, because the end cap would actually take it down. Very carefully place in, sure that the mandrel is done snug, not overly tight first of all, and bring our centre up into the bore. Right, we're actually running, this is a live centre, and we're actually running this off the 60° centre, which is already cut into the bore. Now we will be recroning this barrel after the screw cutting is done. It's absolutely essential that you do this. If you don't, you'll find that the centre will actually bruise the lands into the bore, and you'll find that the rifle won't shoot. And it's a very, very common problem where people aren't recroning barrels after screw cutting. But the practice that we use is a little bit different to most. It's very quick, it's very expedient, and it does give us the accuracy that we want. So we'll just proceed now and cut this barrel. This 3-point steady at the present moment in time is just put here and will be used later on in the process, but placing it here at the moment just saves us having to drop it full, strip the whole rifle from the set from this setup. Okay. Now we're going to cut this through at 14x1 Seiko. And measured at the bore, so at the moment it's 16.35mm, so 2.35mm to actually come off this. New insert in our tool post, making sure the speeds and feeds are correct, and we'll just gently run this up. Runs straight, doesn't it? You can see by using the mandrel system, everything does actually run straight. This barrel is particularly good. stop our machine now and measure again. And we're to the correct size. And I think we'll call that good. It's a relief groove for the threading tool to run into, and also cuts the shoulder for the moderator to run against. It's a very, very important cut because it ensures that the moderator actually is pulled square against the shoulder of the barrel. If it's not cut properly, you can find that you can actually have moderators which are out of line, and then you have problems with bullets clipping the baffles. This is a problem that we see quite a bit, and we do spend quite a bit of our time actually rectifying them. But this is the methodology I've used, and we've had no problems with it. You can see now you've got a nice square shoulder with a good relief groove for the threading tool to run into. Degree chamfer, which is put on the front portion of the barrel and ensures that the thread has a good start and picks up quite nicely. We've now got, this part's now prepared for screw cutting, so we now come back to our gearbox and change the gears into the correct ratios for screw cutting, and drop our speed. Just check in everything's going right. Our lead screw is turning, so